And you know what? I'm gonna kill the lot of you, because you're just the kind of bastards I was expecting to find.
Hey! Hear me!
Give it a rest. No one's coming.
I feel like we're gonna be crushed here.
Well, that ought to bring us closer together.
Very droll.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here. Well, it all started when I was at a wedding. As with any such occasion, I started out the day by drinking so excessively that it destroyed my perception of reality, and therefore my frame rate.
Yes?
I ran into my good old buddy
You know
Svatja.
who she is?
Mishka, that asshole Wojtek thinks he's going to win her over with some idiotic verse. Let's bet on who has a better chance with Mishka. Vulgar Wojtek or handsome Henry. I'd like to see that. You're on. My money's on Henry. 10 groschen. So off you go, dust off your hose, tuck in your shirt, and go and win her heart.
And already, I'm in over my head.
Platter of roast meats.
Fact.
Oh, Mishka, dearest. You give me no rest.
Really? Isn't it the other way around?
You think you can amuse Mishka more? That's a joke.
You're a joke. And that's all you can do to amuse Mishka.
If you hadn't interrupted us so rudely, I'd have recited a poem to the girl.
You? A poem? You mean one that rhymes? Like, darling dear, bring me a beer?
Hey, come along with me, Henry.
Fucking hell. See what you did? Mishka would be mine if it wasn't for your meddling.
As the old saying goes, the way to a woman's heart is through her pouch, so I did some rummaging around. After that, we shared a real heart-to-heart conversation.
Isn't it better here?
It's a nice place.
Enough of that. I'd rather hear about you. Like, where you're from, what you're doing here.
I'm from Skalitz.
And what's this Skalitz of yours like?
Skalitz was torched to the ground, and we had to flee. Came here with my lord. But we were ambushed on the way, and our whole escort was slaughtered. Only me and my lord got out because my village was torched. So I fled them, and the bodies of our men are probably still lying there.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I didn't want to bring up sad memories. Wouldn't you like to dance?
And that's how you secure a dance.
Twit. So, and 1, 2, 3, and off we go.
Either way, it looks like I won the bet, Svatja.
That's true. Oh well, we have to drink.
I love
The
weddings.
newlyweds' health.
She's so shy.
This old woman told me her daughter always,
Sits at the back waiting to be asked for a dance.
so I introduced myself the only way I know how.
I need to plow too, you know.
You dance like a fairy, Dubravka.
A gentleman as always.
Truly. No one's ever told me that.
Why not? I'd love to have a drink with you.
I'm starting to notice a theme here.
Fuck! That pish of yours makes me heave.
Anyway, it was time to stop by and check up on Hans.
Slowly, golly, body breath. A town full of men.
What are you doing here all alone? Such a pretty woman and no escort?
The escort.
Doesn't he love me?
Ooh, I could tell I was going to have to pull out all the stops for this one.
I'm a silly goose. Why did he leave me here alone? Why did he do this to me? What are you doing here? Who are you?
I'm Henry, don't worry. He'll be back soon. Nobody would leave a pretty girl like you alone for long. Oh, come now. Look at yourself. I've never seen a prettier bride in my life. You're turning all the heads today.
I don't even know if he noticed. Oh well, I've already cried buckets. I could use a drink. How about you?
Here's to you.
And one for the road.
Booze! Oh, fucking hell!
Someone's been coveting your neighbour's wife, eh?
Kinda, yeah.
Bollocks! I've never seen a prettier bride in my life.
Let's be having you! Let's be having
Quickly, for the love of God, sort out this rabble before they turn everything into firewood!
And that brings us to today.
About time. Just you wait till Lord von Berghoff hears how you treat a noble.
You, come with me to the courtyard. Chamberlain says we ain't gonna waste bread on you for nothing. We've got a job for you.
What about me? I want to talk to the captain right now.
You want to talk to God, fella. You're getting the gallows for poaching. Hear that? That bell's tolling for you, mate. 12 more times, and the priest will come for you. Hands!
Damn you, Krupa.
If you want to get out of here, you'll have to make amends and work off your debt. For a start, you can carry all the charcoal from this wagon up to the store. And no wandering around where you're not allowed. Don't stick your nose inside the castle. Got it?
Yeah. Got it.
Well, my hijinks so far had gotten Hans and I in a whole lot of trouble. So maybe to save him, I had to change my ways and walk the straight and narrow for the first time. But then, something happened that changed everything.
Excuse me.
If the guards think they can push me around like this, I need to take matters into my own hands. I needed the means to protect myself.
Hey, you! Halt!
I thought the commotion of an indoor sword fight would draw some attention, but with no witnesses remaining, the castle guard was none the wiser. Unfortunately, a prisoner walking around with armor and a sword would also arouse suspicion, so I had to hide it all in my special pocket. Finally armed, I couldn't help but think of a saying I had once heard.
Don't stick your nose inside the castle.
So I stuck my whole body inside the castle instead. I had a drink to steady my hands. Then, I grabbed a little snack for later and browsed around until I found enough expensive finery for a second new outfit. Both vital acquisitions for Hans' sake, of course. This guy was just begging to be robbed, walking around with beads, keys, and cheese. A drat, a guard. Getting past his sharpened senses and honed reflexes won't be easy.
Eh?
"37 flights of stairs later, I'm one step closer to saving Hans.
Pardon me for disturbing you, miss.
If you want to pray, go somewhere else.
All right.
You're a priest.
No, I'm not. My name is Henry. I need to talk to your brother.
No chance of that. Thomas won't be talking to anyone ever again.
I don't have...
Go!
It was mentioned briefly earlier, but I need to attempt a revival of Captain Thomas, the one man who can vouch for Han's identity and save his life. Of course, all that I do is for the sake of saving Hans.
The first bell. Another 11 to go.
Time flies when you're having fun. I really gotta get a move on.
Welcome him in to your heavenly kingdom. Take him to your... Hey! You're not allowed here!
Since they caught me sneaking around, I had to lay low for a bit and actually do my job.
Aye. The celebration is over and...
Good, easy to please.
Aye.
The second toll for Hans.
Lots of guests.
Time's running out.
Not enough.
I finished hauling the sacks. What now?
How should I know? They told me to think up some job for you.
Well, I'd say there's plenty of work to do around here.
Aye, but I've only got work in the forge.
Well, it depends. Usually 4, but once there was a 3-legged foal born in our village.
All right, all right.
Yeah, maybe I just don't understand European conversationalism.
That's more like it. The third toll. I better get moving.
It had already taken up a quarter of my time, but I had gathered the supplies I needed to forge myself some important equipment.
But I promised myself I wouldn't leave it till the last moment this year. So, have you got any ideas?
Then I remembered to do the job for the blacksmith, too.
You? What in God's name are you doing here?
I was about to ask you the same question.
Gotcha there.
I work here, genius.
Oh. One speed read later, I knew how to save the captain. After all that exploration, I found that the castle had locked me and can't quite provide everything I need to save Thomas or Hans. I knew I had to look elsewhere. Thankfully, I was prepared to make my escape.
Fuck this! I'm not getting myself killed!
I then quickly realized that I'd forgotten to put on my armor or equip my weapons when I started fighting my way out, so I had to run away and get dressed.
You're done here, you crook.
Take that fucker out!
You don't fight with God.
Alright, now I can make my escape.
So here you are.
Do it!
Don't think I won't
Show
cut
what
you
you're
to
made
pieces.
I'll help you arrest him. Guards! Do you want to...
Mary! What are you doing?
My God!
What the fuck did you do that for?
Show what you're made of, you wretch! Don't think I won't cut you to pieces!
Thankfully, by the time I reached the gate, some of the guards wisened up and started to run from me instead. Just like that, I was free to roam the world once more. I hadn't spent that long on the inside, but I immediately noticed the cultural differences between here and where I come from. I couldn't let myself be distracted, though. I need to save hands. I had to become a skillful alchemist to make the antidote for Thomas, so I started by drying herbs and practicing my brewing. With that out of the way, I took the time to familiarize myself with water.
I can't swim.
Whoa! Somewhere along the way on my search for a mythical ancient axe, I managed to collect a horse.
Here. But what was the rest of the story? God in heaven.
And I gotta tell you, even though I'm in a bit of a desperate situation here, I had some fun with that horse. Speaking of horses, I needed some meat to sustain me. And a human just happened to be riding by. I'm not gonna eat the cumin. I couldn't shake the feeling that my dog was trying to tell me something, so I headed further down the trail until I found a bow so powerful it could stand on its own. After a few more escapades I don't quite have the time to show, I managed to gather up just enough gear. Maybe a little more than enough, but it's better to have it and not need it. Thoroughly equipped and ready for anything, I decided to do some quick physical exercise to keep my body in peak shape. After all, saving lords is hard work. I decided to unwind and blow off a little steam. I wanted to return to the castle under cover of darkness and finally save my friend, but fate had other plans. On the way back that night, my horse got stuck in midair. It happens to the best of us, but this will slow me down. I tried every button on the keyboard to no avail. Couldn't move the horse or even dismount. I had become equally stuck myself. I knew there was only one course of action that could save me this time. So I simply drank until I passed out and fell off the horse. A quick nap, and now it's time to save hands.
And so, for the damages he caused to our dear Lord Otto von Berghoff, he is sentenced to be hanged by the neck until dead!
Stop! You can't execute this man. He's a noble. Captain Thomas here will testify that we're messengers from Ratoi.
Deal with it, for God's sake!
But sir, the captain!
Captain Thomas has a fever. He's clearly delirious. Seize them immediately!
You can't do this! I am a nobleman, do you hear? A noble! Get your hands off me!
Guess it's time for plan B.
What are you doing, you whistler?
Looks like someone is trying to ignore me.
There you are! Halt! Halt!
Easy now. I surrender.
Ah, here you are. So, you wanted to fight, eh? Pay up or I'll show you what we do with scum like you.
Hear that? That bell's tolling for you, mate.
Fuck you.
Have it your way, then. I'll beat you into submission.
Filthy vermin! Oh, my God, a murder! Do you want to kill me?
Yes.
Christ! Fuck! Killed him! You deserve a kicking.
You
Don't hurt him.
You should have yielded. Now we'll display your corpse. Haven't you had enough? Punishment by the blade.
It was you!
You don't believe yourselves that you're up to it, do you? I'm not afraid of you. I'll kill every last fucking one of you. It wouldn't be the first time. I might cop a wound or two, but that's all part of the fun. And you know what? I'm gonna kill the lot of you, because you're just the kind of bastards I was expecting to find. I'm not gonna play any games with you. I'll rip you open like pigs. And when you're lying here in a pool of blood, moaning and gurgling, it'll be a fucking relief when I stamp on your necks, one after the other.
Try to get away. Fuck! I'll deal with that bastard for you. Mein Gott! Lass da! Arrest him! My God!
Put that away. You could hurt someone.
Yeah, you know, that's a fair point. I feel better now anyway.